Welcome to the Health Solutions for the Wired Life radio show. My name is Adetutu Ijoshe. This is a radio show dedicated to empowering all computer users to get a solution to the health problems inherent in today's wired life. This is the number one issue for the 21st century. I am talking to you from the Boston area of Union Township in New Jersey, here in the United States of America. I'm a coach, author, consultant, and speaker on health solutions for the wired life. I help people to understand the wired life, what goes on in their bodies when they're using computers and or computerized devices such as cell phones, iPads, and so on. You never thought those were computers, right? But they are. This radio show is taking place at 6 p.m. on Friday evening. And it will always take place at 6 p.m. every Friday evening unless there are programming changes. All of us work for a living, either for others or in our businesses, and our intentions is to do so to live. However, because of the ignorance about the wired life we're all living, its effect on human health, and the prevention and management measures that must be in place to minimize it, many of us are really working for a living to die. The adage knowledge is power is perhaps truest in the issue of health solutions for the wired life. You must, however, first obtain the knowledge to have access to its power. In this show, I will be giving the audience every Friday an increasing amount of understanding of the various aspects of the wired life and the health consequences. Last week, I went through the list of my books and I provided a summary of what each one was about. I was going to start looking today at how computer use affects the environment around which the computer is operating. But something caught my eye in the news recently. I read that in addition to the increasing incidence of ADHD amongst our young ones, doctors are now beginning to see a growing rate of slow cognition, which is a real big problem because that affects their ability to understand math and English, their ability to understand science, their ability for decision making. And since the young ones are going to become the adults of tomorrow and going to be in charge, it's a real big problem for even the adults of today, because as we grow older, it is these same young ones that are going to have to be in charge, take care of us, and take all the decisions. So it's really scary. I found it was very scary when I heard about it, and which prompted me to decide that today we're going to start talking about these, as well as the other issue that I found very troubling, that more and more people in their 30s and their 40s are now having stroke. The incidence of stroke is increasing at an alarming rate. And of course, as the doctors have found, it's not the same kind of stroke, is not due to the same things as what gives rise to stroke in older people. And that's not surprising. Okay, these are all very interesting developments whose advent can be directly connected to the advent of increased computer use and the fact that our jobs are all computer use dependent. So we're all forced to become computer addicts. Once you start working, you automatically become a computer addict because you spend so many hours in front of the computer that you become wired to always want the computer. Okay, and those things have health consequences and are very damaging unless we take preventative measures to minimize all these effects, which we are not doing as a society or even globally. Which is why this radio show is on, to get everybody to see that the way we are going is not sustainable, to get people to stay, to stand back and to take a seat and begin to think of what is happening. You see, no one says it, or maybe the medical profession is not generally aware of it, but our ability to do anything and the way we behave or process information is dependent on the balance of biochemicals we call neurotransmitters in our brains and other parts of our human system. They are the messaging system that send messages of command to every part of the body that carry out the functions that make us humans. Consequently, anything that affects their availability will affect our every thoughts and actions, and indeed the operations of our human system. Now, biochemicals are living light fields, and so cannot be seen or touched. We only see and feel their effects. Computer light is lifeless, and therefore cannot generate biochemicals. However, the use of computers uses up these resources, leading to depletion and inability to cope with the activities that depleted biochemicals control. In addition, because they are lifeless, they are toxic. To our normal coded way of only having and being in the presence of life-containing light at all times. This is where we'll stop today. I want us to think about what we've had today, and I want us to go over it, replay if it's possible, if you have access to this broadcast, to go back and listen to it many times. And if I have access to the earlier show, because this is our third show, if you have access to the other ones, I would want you to go back and listen to these 3 shows and listen carefully to what you are hearing. Okay? To get more understanding of these issues, please get a hold of my books, starting with the very first one, Lessons I Learned the Hard Way, and learn those same lessons that I learned the hard way, in your own case, in the easy way. All these books are available, all my books are available at Amazon.com in print and in ebook format for most ebook readers, including Kindle, iPad, Sony, and so on. Come back again next week to learn more about the wildlife and how you can protect yourself. Contact me by email at adetutuijoshi@gmail.com. That is my first and last name at gmail.com. And if you want something easier, you can use computerblessings@gmail.com. And see you again next week. Meanwhile, share this broadcast with all you know in every way you can. Share the YouTube video link, let it go viral, and let the media begin to talk about this issue. And let there be a national and global conversation that saves many lives, including yours. Thank you and good night.